Yes, we are live. I am early. I am ready. It is England versus Slovakia. It is round of 16. It is Euro 2024. It's Cobby. Cobby watch. Cobby made who starts for England. Finally, he started in the game after he came on. What's going on there? Jordan Pickford. Is he all right? I think he's okay. My goodness me. Suddenly, he's still looking at his hand. I think he's fine. I think he's okay. That got me a bit worried for a second there. Just started. See John Pickford goes down, clutching his left hand. Bit concerning. I think he's fine. We'll watch that one with bated breath, won't we? But yes, how is everybody doing? We are live. We are here. We are ready. It is England versus Slovakia. It's the round of 16, match number 3. After the matches yesterday saw Switzerland and Germany both go through. Of course, we already know the opponents of this game. Whoever wins, whether it is England, whether it is Slovakia, we'll know who that is. But first, I mean, what an afternoon it's been. What an afternoon it's been, because I'm sitting here, I'm getting ready. And I'm making sure everything's set up as it should be. Everything's ready to go. And I've got all that I need in front of me. You know, you won't believe it, but sometimes some preparation does actually go into these things on this channel. And suddenly I hear a familiar voice. I was thinking, have I clicked on something? Have I accidentally called someone? Like, is this what's going on? I thought, I went, that's Flex. That's Flex. What's Flex doing? I thought, what tab have I got open that I'm hearing Flex? And then I realised I didn't have a tab open. It was the TV. It was the TV. On ITV, they were doing this big piece on Cobby Mainoo. Of course, Cobby starts. The lineups you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, which I'll get to in just a second. But I'm hearing they're doing this piece on Cobby Mainoo. He's doing an interview, Gabriel Clark. And I hear Flex. I hear Flex talking about Cobby Mainoo. Yes, Fleck making his European Championships debut on Euros 2024 in the coverage from ITV. So you never know. You just never know. We say it a lot. United View are everywhere, and it is true. You never know where Fleck is going to show up. You never know where you're going to see or hear him. And today it was on ITV. So there you go. You never know. You never know where Fleck's going to show up. So big up to ITV. It was one of those ones where, because you didn't see him, let me break my microphone. You didn't see him. You heard him. So it was one of those ones where, you know, when you go, that's a familiar voice. And I went, that's Flex. What's Flex doing on ITV? So if you haven't seen it, go onto the United View social media pages, go onto X, Twitter, whatever it's called nowadays, cesspool, and go to see one of the posts there. You'll be able to see it or hear it anyway. So big up, yes, to ITV. But in terms of team news, we can bring you team news right now. It's only one change by Gareth Southgate. It's actually 10 of these players have started all the games thus far for England in this tournament. But there is one change, and it's a big one, particularly if you're a Manchester United fan, that Cobby Mainoo starts. The England starting 11 is as follows. In goal, Jordan Pickford. The back four, the same back four of Kyle Walker at right back, John Stones and Gahey in central defence, Kieran Trippier once again at left back. Bit surprising about Kieran Trippier because, what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was, I mean, it was pretty cut and dry. Kieran Trippier's going to miss this game. He's out. And then suddenly, he's playing. So it looks like Kieran Trippier's okay. Luke Shaw is on the bench. I don't know if he's going to play a part. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the quarterfinals. I don't know. But Kieran Trippier, once again, is at left back for England. That midfield, once more, it's the name that everyone's talking about, certainly ITV, and the build-up to this game have been talking about him extensively. Cobby Mainoo starts after the Trent Alexander-Arnold experiment failed, after Conor Gallagher being put in there for the last game. Didn't bring any spark. Cobby Mainoo is in for England, and it's the right call by Gareth Southgate. And I don't mean just that because I'm a Manchester United fan, in the same way that my criticism of Trent Alexander-Arnold being in midfield had nothing to do with him being a Liverpool player. I think Liverpool fans have I've almost taken the Trent stuff a bit personally in this tournament, which I understand. Look, you back your own player, or at least you should back your own player and defend him, especially if they're one of your own, like Trent is. So I get it, but it's never been a Liverpool thing in this tournament. No one's looking at that going, "I'll get Trent out the team from a midfield perspective because he plays for Liverpool." No, it was Trent shouldn't be playing in midfield because he's a right back playing in midfield. You've got actual other midfielders in this team, in this squad rather, and you're not using them. That's what it was all about. And then when it came to Conor Gallagher going in there, it was like, well, I understand he's a central midfielder, but given the group of players we've got, why are we going so defensive? Shouldn't we be trying to protect the ball better? Shouldn't we be attempting to progress the ball better? You've already got someone who's a bit more defensively minded in a Declan Rice. Granted, he can kind of do it all and has been a bit more progressive for Arsenal this season, but still, you've got that kind of player in there. So why shouldn't you have that other player in there that can carry the ball, that can find passes, that can link up with your likes of Bellingham's, your Fodens, your Sakas, that can find passes for Harry Kane? Why would you not have that? So it's the right call by Gareth Southgate in that regard. So I'm excited to see what Cobby does today. As far as in front of them, the front four, Bukayo Saka once again starts on the right. There was some discussion about whether Cole Palmer would be in for either Saka or Phil Foden. Not the case. I think he's a bit unfortunate in that regard. Of course, Phil Foden did leave the squad for a brief period this week to attend the birth of his son, but he is now back in the team. Jude Bellingham once again starts in the number 10, and Harry Kane starts up front. And really, I'm looking at that front four, and not that I'm like, oh, you're lucky to still be into the team, but I'm looking at that front four going, today you've got to, something's got to happen. Something's got to happen with those players, whether it is Jude Bellingham, whether it is, he started the tournament well, scored the goal. He was good in that first half of the first game, but he's not really had much else to really shout about since then. Phil Foden still feels like he's shoehorned into the team, not as effective off the left. During the game anyway, he starts drifting into the number 10 just out of the natural inclination to do that, and then sometimes Bellingham ends up going out on the left-hand side, which is not beneficial for him. Harry Kane has been incredibly quiet, still managed to score a goal, but it's incredibly quiet. Obviously, he's not a striker that runs in behind or anything like that. He feeds off playing off players and, again, finding passes and balls into him, which we haven't been able to do. And, again, you just need more. And you look towards the bench and you would go, there are options on there. Whether or not Gareth Southgate will use them during the game, I don't know. Like I said, I look at Cole Palmer and I think pretty unfortunate not to be getting a go in this one. But I saw in the interview before the game, Gareth Southgate said that he believes that the sort of attacking intent of this team will click. And it better, because otherwise we'll be going home, won't we? When it comes to Slovakia, look, we're expected to win today. But it must be stressed. This is international football, and you never know what's going to happen. We know that as a nation better than anyone, really. One of our biggest and most embarrassing defeats in an international tournament came not so long ago in this very round against a team that we were expected to beat, and we didn't. That was Iceland, Euro 2016. And then just before the beginning of this tournament, we lost to Iceland again. And that was a good Iceland, by the way, the one however many years ago. Now, not so much. So we know the perils of international football. Now is the time to step up. You've got through the group. Yes, you finished top of the group. You're on the good side of the draw. So now make it count. And if you're Gareth Southgate, the chances are it's probably going to be your last tournament anyway, because that's what all of the speculation was going into it. Win, lose, it looks like he's probably going to walk at the end of the tournament regardless. So if that is the case, you would just say go for it. Again, go for it. Go for it. Be attacking. You're playing a team that's an inferior team, no disrespect. You're playing a team with inferior players, but it's not about individuals. It's about the collective, as we've seen already in this tournament. You've got attacking players. You've got creative players. Use them and make a statement. Now's the time to do that. Now, whether that's just, again, pure hopium, 14 minutes before kickoff, probably. We're probably going to see what we've seen throughout the tournament a lot, which is sideways passing and a lot of possession, but maybe not so much to show for it. But you've got to hope. If you can't do that, then what can you do? So There you go. What are people saying here in the chat? Be sure to click the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Remember, you can get your super chats in your members' chats and all that fun stuff. What are people saying here? Pratish says, Owen, the ITV video is inaccessible in my region. Do you have any other links? I'm not sure how to see it. Maybe if you get a VPN or something like that, maybe you'll be able to see it. Like I said, it's not, you don't see Flex, you just hear him. You just hear him right at the beginning of the piece, actually, when they're talking about kind of the media sort of coverage of things. Red Baron with the first super chat of the day, appreciate you, says, with Cobby starting, if he doesn't put in a 10 out of 10 performance, the media and England fans will use him as a scapegoat, like they do with any United player. What I will say with this is, I just heard the panel for ITV. It's Gary Neville, Roy Keane, and Ian Wright, obviously Mark Pugac hosting, and they were, really waxing lyrical about him. As you would really expect. Gary Neville, ex-Manchester United legend and captain. Same with Roy Keane, and same with Ian Wright, who's generally quite positive about English players and protective of them in the media. But I did have the same concern as you. When I heard that, I thought, again, let's just be careful. You hear the words, the quotes of Erik ten Hag echoing in your head, don't you, of what he said after the FA Cup final, because it got proved to be true mere weeks later, where you have to be cautious of your praise, because in England, the journalists and the media they have a sort of this perverse will to build players up and then tear them down, because the higher you build them, when you do pull them down, it's even more spectacular. It's an even bigger story. So you do have to be careful about that. But I, to be honest, have no concerns about Cobby's performance today or his ability to handle the occasion, because we've seen him handle huge occasions for Manchester United this season. The only concern I would have is, again, it's just the media sometimes don't care about that. As we saw in that loss against Iceland, they were blaming him for goals that weren't his fault. Wow, this is Cobby's fault. Sorry. And I think the important thing to do with that is I do think that people are much wiser to it, maybe than they were ever. Maybe than more than they ever were. And for all of the negatives of social media, and my goodness me, there are a lot. A positive is that it does provide, I think, just the general public or the general fan an avenue to hold journalists accountable that wasn't there previously. In the past, 20, 30 years ago, they'd write these things in the back and front pages of the newspapers, and then the average person on the street wouldn't have the opportunity to push back straight away. They'd read it and go, this is bullshit, and I'm not going to buy this anymore. But it would still be out there, and it would still get picked up. Whereas now, you saw it when it was happening in real time in that friendly. They tried it, and immediately it got people pushed back immediately. It was like, no, we're not having it. We are not having it. Don't do it. And it's going to be really interesting to see that kind of relationship between fans and journalists and consumers of content moving forward. I think that's quite curious. But I think you're right to have your concerns about it, because, again, that's what the English media is. Just look at how they've been behaving heading into this tournament in general. 2 weeks ago, they were telling everyone England's going to win it and it's now or never. And then, rightfully so, I think fans pushed back and sort of said, well, we've got very good players, but there are other good teams here. Our form's not been great heading into it, and there are still reservations about the coach and the way we play, etc., etc. But the media are like, no, gotta win. And then you see the first three performances, and then suddenly they're like, oh, doom and gloom. This is the end of the world, and it's kind of like, well, kind of told you that not that long ago. It's not really a shock. So that's what they do. They sensationalize, but Hopefully they will have something. Hopefully they will have something to be positive about. Hopefully I will have something to be positive about today, and that is a result going through. I think that even if we play as we have been playing in this tournament thus far, I still do think, even though that won't be pretty, I do think that would be enough to go through. I would have more concerns about future matches. If we play like we've been playing thus far against, say, Switzerland in the quarterfinals, I think that'd be a really close game, and I think Switzerland could do us if we play like that. So there has to be levels that we have to go up, and I do think there is capability to go up those levels with these players. Whether or not that's capable with the manager, I don't know, but I do think that there are levels to go up that England need to go up in. hopefully today we'll see the start of that. Or, unfortunately, as I kind of half expect, I could see sort of 20 minutes in, we go, well, nothing's really changed all that much. But I still think that will be enough to go through today. But again, international football, you just never, ever know. That is just, again, how it works. It's quite crazy, isn't it? What are people saying here at the moment? K-Flow says, how's everybody doing? Big up K-Flow. Appreciate you joining in. K-Flow also says they're blaming him at half-time. Game wasn't even over. It wasn't even at half-time. It was even before that. You know, they'll go straight away. Big up to Riri, one of the long-time members and a mod in the chat, saying bless up everyone in the community. Indeed. Get your score predictions in for this game. I honestly, I was having a conversation with my father earlier today, who has said, by the way, he said he's waiting on the results from the community, from the UV community, as to which name to get on the back of his shirt this season, or shirts this season. And I was saying to him, I don't know how we're going to do it, because we've got to find a way of getting a poll with like every squad player on the back of so we've got to find a way of doing that. Maybe we'll do it in like we'll create it on some kind of website or something like that, and then do a link to it. Maybe we got to figure out something like that. But I was chatting to him, and he was asking predictions and stuff like that, and we both kind of settled on probably like 1-0 England, maybe 2-1. I hope it's clinical. I hope England do step up. But given how we've been playing, I just feel like it's a 1-0, 2-1 kind of. Again, we continue with how we've been playing, but I think that's just enough to go through. But, you know, it won't be enough to go further than this, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I didn't. That's the kind of predictions that we have. Motto says 2-1 England. K-Flow says 1-0 England win. Red Baron says do multiple polls. I think the best way is just do a whole, with all of the, well, there's certain players that won't be on there. You know what I mean? He is not getting a Kobe Mainoo shirt. Like that, it's fundamentally, that is not happening. I think you have to rule out any new signings this summer as well. Take them off. So probably there'll be select players we'd have to put in, maybe, I think. Austin Baker says Kobe hat trick. Julian says I've asked my AI assistant, and it said it will be a hard fought 1-0 win. I was thinking about the AI stuff the other day, and when I was at university, and if anyone went to uni in the chat or anything like that, or when you went to uni, let me know. But when I was at uni, that was at the time where you had the plagiarism checkers, if you recall those. So you'd type in your work, and then you would put it through the plagiarism checker, and it would say, this is copied, or this isn't copied, or this is from this thing, this is from that thing. And I didn't really realize that nowadays there's plagiarism checkers, and now there's AI detectors. I didn't even think that was a thing, but then of course it must be a thing. You can get people that write whole articles or whole essays or coursework with AI, and I just thought, what a wild world. What a crazy world. And what happens if you type something in, it's your own work, original work, and you put it into an AI thing, they go, that's AI. But it's not. That was me. Players are out on the pitch as we await the national anthems. Starting with Slovakia. Slovakia national anthem up first. Strong singing, of course. When it comes to Slovakia, in terms of players that you would recognize, I mean, of course, they have Marcel's favourite player, Martin Dubravka, in goal. There isn't just the Kobe Mainoo influence when it comes to Manchester United on this game. Ex-Manchester United goalkeeper Dubravka is in goal. Again, Marcel's favourite. In addition to that, you probably the one you'd recognise the most would be Skriniar. Of course, plays for PSG, previously played for Inter Milan, top centre-back. But as I mentioned, when it comes to international football, it's not about necessarily just the individuals. It's about the collective. It's about the team. The team performance is the most important thing. trying to see on the bench in terms of other names that you might recognise. Probably none. Was that Hamsik on the bench for them? He's most recently the team manager, whatever that means. Team manager. There you go. As God Save the King plays. Go on, Cubby! I like that interview when they said they call... what do they call Phil Foden? Stockport something. What do they call you? He said Cobby. Cobby. Come on, let's just wake up today, please. I mean, again, this is pure opium. I'm locked in with the hopium and the copium today. You gotta listen to Sam Matface and Lee Dixon again for 90 minutes plus. That's gonna be fun. Javed says, "Good afternoon, Owen. Road to the finals." According to Flex, we're winning the whole thing. So let's not forget that. At whatever point, let's not forget that. Flex is on record said England are going to win the Euros. Which, for him, that's a bold claim. For anyone, let alone Flex. He's on record with that. And to be honest, it'll be typical Flex if that means we go out today. We're going to win the Euros. Next game we go out. that would sum him up. Yes. But we are 2 minutes away from kickoff. Summer says, will Luke Shaw come on from the bench? I don't think so. But they were saying that quarterfinals maybe. I mean, the guy hasn't played now. What was it? February, March, April, May, June. Basically, he didn't play for like 5 months. Do you know how mad that is for Gareth Southgate to pick a guy that hasn't played football for 4 or 5 months and be like, well, we'll get into the tournament and he can play. And you go, so we got no other left backs to pick from, across England. Well, we do, but we just didn't pick them in the squad. What? Daniel Luciano says, hey, people in the US can't see the video about Mainu featuring Flex. Can Josh repost it in a way that we can see it? I mean, it's because it's an ITV video. It's because it's an ITV video that they'll have it locked. The only thing I would say is maybe get like a VPN or something like that, and you'll be able to maybe see it. That might be the way around it. But yes, because it's ITV have it locked, which I think they have it locked for rights reasons. But Slovakia playing a 4-3-3. As we wait kickoff. Here we go. England, please. Got Ramsdale just having a bit of a hug with Jordan Pickford there. Of course, Pickford, who did who was favouring his hand in the warm-up, which is not what you want to see from a goalkeeper. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. What happened there? I think they hit the ball against Harry Kane. Maybe is that what happened there? I'm not sure. Now is Slovakia trying to play it around a little bit to kick this one off. Long ball, it's gone straight out for a throw-in to England. I'll get my soundboard ready, because knowing my luck, I'll probably need to use it. I do not want to be using my Kenny sounds today, but I'll have them ready, because you've got to, haven't you? Unfortunately. Here's Gay. Back to Jordan Pickford in goal. Of course, Pickford, the amount of games he's played for England between the sticks at major tournaments as well, clean sheets. His record does, that's a bit of a push in the back, possibly to Harry Kane. Kane tries to hold it up, does win the ball back though. Declan Rice. But I just want to see, again, with England, with this possession stuff, I'm not opposed to passing it between the back lines, but I just need to see more forward passes. I need to see more, pushing the ball between the gaps. Not this side-to-side stuff. Not this, well, we had a lot of the ball, and you go, yes, but what did you do with it? I need to see something. I do not want to see John Stones, Jordan Pickford, and Mark Gahey pass the ball back and forth to each other about 10 times. Pickford goes for a long kick towards Jude Bellingham, tries to flick it onto Harry Kane, and Slovakia win it back. Here comes Slovakia on the attack. It's a Pekaric and it goes out for a throw-in. I mean, it must be said, that game against Slovenia, that 0-0, genuinely might be, across all of the teams, might be the worst game of the tournament thus far. It was god-awful. Kyle Walker goes for a switch towards Phil Foden. Towards Trippier, plays a 1-2 with Phil Foden. Declan Rice. Kobe. That's a short pass. Kieran Trippier. And now you're going to book him. And the thing is, that's not even Mark Gay's fault. That's Trippier's fault. And now he's suspended. I tell you what, if I was Mark Gay, I'd be turning around to Trippier and I'd be fucking livid. I'd look at him and go, you've just got me suspended in 3 minutes because you can't pass the ball. I'd be furious. That's so poor. And now Mark Gay is suspended for the next game, for the quarterfinal against Switzerland. So someone on the bench is going to be starting at centre-back. Whether it's, and I mean, we're light at centre-back, by the way, too, in terms of quality. Really light. I mean, no disrespect. I don't want Lewis Dunk starting a Euro quarter-final. Ball in! Offside flag goes up. I mean, 2 Slovakia players go into each other there. So 4 minutes gone, 0-0. Mark Gay already booked. And the thing is, that's the thing with Trippier. Of all of this talk about him coming in and all this kind of stuff being the left back, you kind of forget, like, for Newcastle last season, particularly in the second half of the season, towards the end of it, he was really poor. Really poor. I mean, there's talks about him leaving Newcastle this summer. Here comes Slovakia. Into the box. And they just put it wide. God. Well, I mentioned about were England going to, start off where they finish off. And exactly, yes. All they've done for 5 minutes when they've had the ball is pass it sideways. And Slovakia are actually showing, like, you can pass the ball forward and actually attack. Honestly. Eric Ten Hag says England are not there yet, Owen. Switzerland will win the quarterfinal. This is why I don't understand Eric Ten Hag. I mean, it's not as if I've been saying that we're going to win. We're going to win it. I think this game's going to be tight, as evidenced in these first 5 minutes. Let alone when we play a Switzerland team that's playing very well and much more cohesive than us. You kidding me? Even if we do go through this game, there's an argument to be made going up against Switzerland based on tournament form at the moment. We'd be the underdogs because we've been not playing very well. Bukayo Saka skips past his man, cuts it back. Bellingham, man on. Kobe. Out to Saka. Here's Kobe again. Oh, what a pass! Saka! I tell you what, Kobe Mainoo, he is a step above in this England team. He really is. What have you booked? Who's he booked? Is he booked Kobe? This referee is 6 minutes in. You've given out 2 yellow cards, man. He booked him again. What is going on with this referee? Talk about being card happy. It is 6.5 minutes and he's booked. And he's booked 2 England players. It's a foul, don't get me wrong, but booking. That's his first foul. First tackle of the game. Oh my God. If this is the case, if this is the case, by the way, then every tackle in this game is going to be a yellow card. with this standard. I mean, the Gahey one, that's a booking because the player might have been through. I get that. But for that Kobe one, yes, there's contact. Yes, it's on top of the foot. But it's 6 minutes in. What are we doing here? Referee. Jeez Louise. The next Slovakia foul, I want that to be a yellow card then at this point. Because you've already set the precedent. And now Kobe has to be careful for 80-odd minutes. Edge of the box, cuts back, blocked. Ball in. I tell you what, not even 10 minutes yet, Slovakia looked dangerous. But yeah, this referee, I mean, again, you're refereeing in the European Championships. You saw it yesterday with Michael Oliver. Don't make it about you. It's not about you, okay? You're there to manage the game, ref the game, understand that it's knockout football, understand that for some of the players, it's going to be one of the biggest games of their international careers. Don't ruin it, okay? Have a word. Talk to the players. If they do a tackle, say, by the way, be a bit careful, you know. It's it's Kobe's first ever start of a European Championship. And then straight away they went, but I'll book him. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a bit of a coming together off the ball there by Duda and Walker. Bukayo Saka. Here's Jude Bellingham, travels with the ball. Good pass, not sure if he meant it. Oh, my.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Kieran Trippier thinks he's playing rugby. Look at this. Oh, my God.
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Oh, Lee Dixon. Do me a favour, yeah? He's going, well, it did bobble. Well, it did bobble. It's taken, by the way, guys, it's taken 9 minutes, and already we're talking on the commentary about the pitch.
Excuses?
Bear in mind, both teams are playing on the same pitch here, okay? It's not stopped Slovakia from having a couple of chances already, has it? I will say it again. I mentioned it last time. Who on earth at ITV thought it was a good idea for the England games, the most viewed games in England, I wonder why, to have Lee Dixon and Sam Matterface on commentary? And they sent Clive Tilsley home. Well done, Cobby. Harry Kane. Ball stuck under his feet. Walker. Cobby's an option if he wants to cut it back. Walker. To who? Trippier. Foden, bit of a short pass. Declan Rice. Cobby. Okay, Cobby, good pass to Kyle Walker. Bukayo Saka. Gives it back to Walker. Cobby again. You're overplaying it now. Declan Rice puts it out for a goal kick. I tell you what, I would say 10 minutes in, and England's sharpest player looks like Kobe Mainoo. 2 or 3 times already. Every single time he's touching the ball, he's doing what they weren't doing in the first 3 games, which is forward pass. Look for a forward pass. Try play it in behind. Try and play it into space. And that's the difference when you actually have, 1, a real midfielder in there, not like Trent Alexander-Arnold, and 2, a midfielder that can actually pass the ball, wants to play. Played in behind, though. Here we go. Kyle Walker's lost his man. He's into the box. Oh, my goodness me. Every time they go forward, they look like they're going to score. Going to be a free kick. You got to book him, referee. You've done it for everyone. But, I mean... But Kyle Walker, he has no idea. Kyle Walker, what are you? You've been lost. Absolutely lost. John Stones and Gay managed to recover quite well. Yeah, smart Gay does well. And then Trippier clears it. But Kyle Walker, man, he just completely lost. But what you would say is, as much as Cobby started well, I'd actually look at the England fullbacks at the moment. I'd look at Kyle Walker and look at Kieran Trippier, and I'd say,
wake the fuck up.
Here is Trippier. If that's a foul, then book him, referee. Then book him. That's what you've done. Well done. Well done,
Where's
ref.
the card then? Where's the card?
3 yellow cards, 12 minutes in. Honestly. There's going to be a mad amount of bookings in this game if the ref keeps up with this, by the way. Because 3 in 13 minutes is mad. Oh. And what you would say really with Kyle Walker with that one there, again, one of the reasons that he starts is because of his recovery pace. Here's an opportunity, Foden in behind, going to get it across to Saka. You would say it's a recovery pace there, but he couldn't recover there. He had no idea where the guy was. But we're into the 14th minute, still 0-0. Slovakia, I mean, they'll look at this first 14 and they'll go, they've done all right. They have done well. They'd actually say,
done okay.
And they'd be right. They've had opportunities. Game has been open. And England, particularly the fullbacks, got to switch on. For England, Cobby Mainoo's making things happen in the midfield that weren't there previously, looking for forward passes. But this is open, and as many people would point out, and they'd be right. So where's the card for that one then, ref? Because considering every single foul,
Where's the card then? Where's the card?
level it up, give 2 bookings apiece. Bukayo Saka. Walker. But you see already there, look at where Phil Foden is. Phil Foden there, he was in the centre circle, and now he's trying to run out wide. That's the problem with him being out on the left. His natural inclination always is to be as inside as in the pocket as he possibly can. Look at him here. Look, he's in the 10. Phil Foden's in the 10 right now. He's in the 10 position. So you've got him and Jude Bellingham. They're literally side by side here. Side by side. So you're looking for outlets. And it's just so compact in the middle. But you're looking for... Go for throwing. Well, they're saying on commentary, and it is true, the England fans starting to get a bit frustrated for the slow build-up. And where have you been? You know, that's been the case the whole tournament. It's been the case the whole time under Gareth Southgate. That's what it is. And then the opposite, by the way, you see Slovakia. That's a good tackle. No, referee. I'll tell you what, his referee's moving mad. This is crazy. He's put Bellingham now. What is he doing? He's booked 3 England players in 16 minutes. What is going on? This referee is crazy. Look. Oh my. Kyle Walker gets spun, by the way, again. He gets the ball first. He does touch it. Jude Bellingham. Let's have a look. He touches the ball. I don't. This ref, man. Oh. Gosh says it's a card, Owen. Well, the problem is with this referee, yeah, if he is moving at this pace, that he has got, what was that? 4 yellow cards in 17 minutes. Then this game is not going to end 11 apiece. It is not going to happen. With this kind of pace. What he's doing now is he's backing himself into a corner, because there will be a situation where a player that's already on a booking will do a foul that you'll go, well, if this was, that would be a first yellow, but now I've got to give it, even though I don't want to. He's putting himself into a corner, which will ruin the game. Some people are saying, what's the yellow card? I mean, well, now people are saying he didn't touch the ball. It's the only yellow card of the game. Not for me. I think what could have been a situation is if, well, by the ref standards, that could have been a red with what he's been given thus far. With if it's a foul, it's a yellow. The only thing you can praise him for, at the moment, is that he's keeping his consistency with every foul's a booking at the moment. That's all he's doing. Oh. Kyle Walker goes for that crossfield pass to Trippier again. Kyle Walker, by the way, for nearly 20 minutes has been spun a couple of times. He's struggling. Here's Bukayo Saka. Rice. Again, you've got a situation where nearly 20 minutes gone. Gahey, Cobby, Bellingham, and Kuka for Slovakia, all on bookings. Good tackle by Declan Rice. Surprised the ref didn't give him a booking for that. Slovakia player still down. I mean, I guess it's kind of prophetic, you know, in the sense that the ref is dressed like a giant yellow card, isn't he? You know, he looks like a giant booking. He just has to remind himself, he looks down, booking. The thing that does concern me a lot, though, is that every single time Slovakia come forwards, they look like they could score. They move the ball far quicker than England. Their passing is always forward, much more direct. And the thing is, if you're going to play this style, if this is your style, Gareth Southgate, you know, which is slow build up, sideways passing, whatever, then you must know that every single team can just get into their shape and they'll just sit back. That's how to defend against you. So if that's your style and you're wedded to it, then find ways to overcome it. Find ways So it doesn't matter. People can get it by like Man City. They'll sit off us, but we'll still find space. It doesn't matter. England can't do that. Oh, Kyle Walker again. I mean, for 21 minutes, Kyle Walker has been honestly just so...
Disgrace. That's what it is, a disgrace.
He's been spun like 2 or 3 times, given the ball away. The only thing he's tried to do is a crossfield pass to Kieran Trippier like 2 or 3 times. John Stones. And then they get stuck in this scenario, England, where they pass it across their back 4 and there's just not enough movement. Phil Foden dealt with easily there by the fullback. Declan Rice. Guy fizzed that to Bellingham. Bellingham did well to control it. He's into the box. Bellingham. It's just in tight areas. Foden goes down. Ref ain't giving nothing. Let's not even try it. This ref ain't giving us nothing. Don't even try. Trippier ball in. Header. He said he wants a corner. And they went down. I mean, by the way, it was really good play by Bellingham. Goes into the back of him, but it's not enough for a penalty. Came off the shoulder of the defender. Going to be Trippier to take. Trippier to take. Goes short. Bukayo Saka ball in. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good area. Cobby. Oh, I tell you what. It was dipping. It was coming down a bit. I wasn't sure initially. Let's have a look. It just sets up. I mean, it's quite comfortably wide in the end, but decent technique. But at least with Cobby, again, he's trying to make stuff happen. He's trying to move the ball forward. He's trying shots outside the box. That's poor from Gay. There's quite big. The only problem is there's quite big spaces, isn't there, when Slovakia play it through the midfield. Flick on. Slovakia outside into the box. 1-on-1. I said every time they came forward, they looked like they were going to score. I said every time. And again, this is why when you talk about the next round or anything like that, you talk about playing or whatever. I said, don't be so arrogant. Don't be so arrogant. Every time they've come forward, they look like scoring. Every single time. And it's not a shock. It's not a surprise. And this is against a team we should be beating. Let alone a proper team. Look at this. This is, for all of their passing, look, it's long ball. Long ball, don't win a single header. I don't know what John Stones is doing. And look at this. Who's recovering the run? That's so shit. That's so poor. Look at this. Gay doesn't recover. I mean, it's a mess of a goal. Absolute mess of a goal, that. That's a long ball, flick on, 2 players are coming for it, then a 1-2, he's in behind, done. And it's well deserved for Slovakia. They deserve it. They should be 1-0 up. They've played better. They've looked far more attacking. Not shocked. Not shocked at all. If to be honest, if we'd been playing a better team, no disrespect to Slovakia, we probably could have been 2 or 3 down already. Really. But I mean, in this game defensively, England have been all over the place. Kyle Walker's been getting spun. Kieran Trippier's, a right back playing at left back. You've got Gahey and John Stones bumping into each other at this point. Look at this. I think Gahey lands on his knee or something like that. But you see it. But both of the centre-backs go for the same ball, which they don't win. Then it's a simple ball in behind. Gahey can't really recover because he's probably hurt his leg at this point. It's just really poor defending. Again, it's not surprising. That back four has looked shaky the entire 27 minutes. And the problem is, as well, I mean, you've seen England in this tournament, you've seen them before the tournament, and then when you aren't talking about the legitimate problems, painting you as being negative. Someone said I was bullying the England manager the other day. Use your eyes. You can see it. It's not. This is not. It's not a revelation here. This isn't anything new. And once again, let's look at the stats. Let's look at the stats. Oh, I see. England have 70% of the ball. 70% possession. So that must mean you're dominating the game, right? That's exactly what it must mean. You're dominating the game. You had 70% of the ball. False. 70% of the ball, done nothing with it. Because it's this. Sideways passing. Meanwhile, Slovakia, they've had 30% of the ball. They've had more shots than England and more shots on target. And they're leading the game. Because guess what? You can have a lot of the ball, but if you do nothing with it, it is bullshit. Okay? It is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And Gareth Southgate before the game says the reason that 10 of this 11 today have started all 3 of the matches thus far is because he thinks that the attacking qualities are going to click. That's what's going to happen. While we're still waiting for it to click, Gareth, it still hasn't. And this isn't an anomaly in the tournament. It's been like this for months, for years. It's like the idea of passing it sideways is just to send the opponent to sleep. It's like that episode of The Simpsons when Homer Simpson becomes a boxer. And the way he wins the matches is they keep hitting him over and over and over again until he ends up falling, until they end up getting tired and he just goes like this, ugh. And then they fall down and he goes, they won. Bellingham. As Show says, east side of the draw though. And again, that's what the part of it too. Is like, just again, we do, as England fans, or certainly the media, there is an element of arrogance in the sense of, we did it in the group stages. Well, we can get away with it against the smaller teams. Well, we're on the easy side of the draw. Well, how about this? How about we're not playing very well? How about we're not playing very well at all? How about that? How about we haven't played well for ages? How about that? Foden. I mean, we were experimenting. I mean, the fact that people even gave credence to the fact that an England manager was experimenting in the opening games of the European Championships. Experimenting. What? Isn't that what the friendlies are for? Let's experiment. Sorry. Yeah, the experiment didn't work. Well, that's good that it happened in the European Championship, isn't it? Oh. Balance. Find balance in the team. Omar says, stop the bullying, Owen. I know, I'm just so mean, isn't it? I'm being too mean to the England manager. Ahmad says, England, the Spurs of Europe. And this is apparently and again, the media, they're not they're not clean of this too, because they were there back in March and February, giving it Southgate. He's got the stature of a Manchester United manager. Come on. And the fact that there were those in the media even entertaining it, and again, these were Man United. And listen to the boos. Listen to the boos. Could pass it forward. I feel like Ange Postecoglou on the sideline. Pass the ball forward. Move it forward. You got some of the best players in Europe. Pass the ball forward. There you go. Bukayo Saka into the box. Back post. Kane. Ball in. Over here. But even again, just do that. Pass the ball forward. You are playing Slovakia. No disrespect to them. Again, because I'm talking about arrogance. But come on. Not side-to-side shit. And again, as mentioned, when they were talking about Southgate, I remember Gary Neville doing the same thing. Well, you know, Gareth, he's done a great job with England. And again, you go, has he? Has he? Well, they got to a final, and then you point out, again, level of opposition, and they just look past it. They'll look past it, and they'll go, no, well, that's not on him. That's not on him. And you go, well, I know that's not Gareth Southgate. He doesn't determine the level of opposition he plays. But at the same time, it should be a consideration when you're talking about how great he is. And now it's got to the point, at least before it used to be like, we'll beat the sort of lesser teams, but we can't beat the bigger teams. In recent months, and again, this is not a new thing for this tournament. In recent months, we've not been beating anyone. Like, you know, let alone the sort of lesser teams. And to be honest with you guys, the real concern here is that whilst it's 1-0, England can get back into the game, no problem. But I'm telling you now, if Slovakia score a second, we are in massive trouble. Massive trouble. Because the way... Oh, Lee Dixon, can you stop talking about the effing pitch?
Excuses?
Because Slovakia are finding it fine on the pitch. Stop talking about the pitch. Harry Kane. Oof. Right, you've got space. Move. Carry the ball. Declan Rice. Move. Foden. Bellingham. Trippier. Bellingham again. Bellingham into the box. Corner. That's better. Again, move forward. Well, the thing is, Bellingham's trying to get the fans going, but at the same time, if you're a fan, you'd look at them going, well, then do something. Move the ball forward. Attack. Very challenging for the England fans if it's, you know, sideways, nothing's happening. It's a symbiotic relationship. Corner, who's going to take it? I think it's going to be Trippier. Ball in. Was close in their post. "34 minutes gone, about 10 minutes to half time. Slovakia 1-0 up. And tried it near post again. This referee's given a free kick. Super chat from K Flow says Southgate always gets the lucky side of the draw and scams his way into latter stages of tournaments, and the media lap it up. He'll be bailed out by those, and those of us who criticise will be deemed haters. Awful. And this is the thing with all this kind of stuff. If England go through from this point, great. I really hope that is the case. But again, this needs to be talked about more. It feels like it's only been in sort of the build-up to this game that finally those in the media started to acknowledge things that people have been saying for, again, years at this point. Of like, there is, again, it's sideways passing. You can't beat big teams. And it gets kind of, it's like this weird Jedi mind trick that gets played, which I just don't get. which is, I'll tell you what though, England play some really boring football, and the football is terrible, and they should be getting more out of these kind of players, but they enjoy going on international duty. And then they go, but they enjoy going on international duty. You're not going to criticise Gareth. We're not going to criticise Gareth. It's honestly, I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it feels like there's like only a few people that are immune to it. And they'll go, what? There's a poor pass from Copy there, by the way. Well, I hope they're all enjoying themselves now. Yes, we can, Lee Dixon. Yes, we can blame the coach for that. Honestly. It is crazy. Again, listening to this commentary, the amount of deflection of the manager. I don't even think they've spoken. I don't even know, by the way, if they've said his name once. It's all about that these players are rubbish. And they're making a mistake. Look, the players have to have accountability too. I feel like, do you know why it's maddening? Is because I feel like as a Manchester United fan, we have had this conversation again more than anyone, you know? More than anyone, we've had this conversation about players versus manager and all that kind of stuff. But it's so one-sided. That was a poor pass by Cobby. Does win it back, though. That's better. Bellingham. That going to be a foul? You're going to book him there, referee? He slowed down a little bit. Hasn't he now, ref? And again, you'd say, like, looking at a team, again, teams with balance. You know, we're literally one-sided. We don't have a left-hand side. And the right-hand side isn't even playing that well anyway. Free kick to England. Who's stepping over it? It's going to be Phil Foden. Ball in. It was a half-decent one. Trippier, ball in. Declan Rice. Goalkeeper punched it. Do you know what? It's funny. CH says, who knew Maguire was the glue? Do you know what the interesting thing is? And now they're talking about a head injury or something. Do you know what the funny thing is? It is almost like, because I think in fairness, the one thing you would say is that defensively we're weaker heading into this tournament than maybe we were for the other couple of tournaments. But it's almost like because of the way that Southgate sets up his team with literally none attacking threat, that you have to rely on your defence actually being half decent and not conceding goals because you're only ever going to win games 1-0. So once our defence isn't that good, we're screwed. And the mad thing is, out of all the English players available, you would largely say, well, England have better attacking players than they do defensive players. And yet our focus, this coach's focus, is based on defending, let alone attacking. A top quality coach, a top quality manager would look at this squad of players or the pool of players available to him internationally and go, right, what is our positive? Our positive is that we've got so many fantastic attacking players. Let's make that our bedrock. Let's make that what we're known for, our attacking play. We will score goals. Whereas Gareth Southgate's, it's the opposite. It's, well, we haven't got the best defenders, so we've got to make sure we don't concede any goals. We've got to make sure we don't do that. Chris says, hi, Owen. I take back what I said yesterday. At this rate, I don't think Austria will even need to worry about facing England. To be fair, I need to hold myself accountable, I think, actually. Probably the issue is that Gareth Southgate's not had enough time to worry about England. He's had to spend too much time worrying about me bullying him over the last, several months. If only, I wasn't bullying him, he'd be much more focused on the team and the tactics. I'm half expecting that in the ITV interview after the game. What went wrong, Gareth? I've been dealing with this guy all week. I just haven't been focused. Oh. What's he been saying? Well, he's just kind of been saying that, the tactics aren't very good and the track record's actually, when you really sort of dig deep into it, not that good either. And, that's what it is. Gotcha. My word. Foden. Kobe. And you saw me coming into this game at the beginning of this stream. I want to be happy. I want to be optimistic. I want to be excited. And then the whistle blows and the game kicks off. And we've spoken about this quite a lot, haven't we, too, guys? That at international level, because a lot of the coaches aren't great, at international level, if you've got a half-decent coach, like legitimately, that can be the difference. Look at Germany. Germany's a great example of this, I think, at the moment. Obviously, they've got great players and a young side, but a real difference maker for them is their coach. They've got a young, modern, progressive coach that knows, again, what kind of football these guys are playing at club level. So they can get into that system very easily, and it's adaptable. Meanwhile, we've got a manager who hasn't coached at a club level, let alone a high club level, in the best part of 15 years. Look at Ralf Rangnick with Austria. The difference of having an actual top coach involved. It can turn a mediocre average team into a top team. Pickford gives it to John Stones. Kyle Walker. I mean, and now we're at the stage where if even the only way to kind of silence the critics at this point, isn't it, is that England will have to come out in the second half and blow Slovakia away, which, by the way, I'd be stunned if they did. But they'll have to come out and completely blow them away, because even if England go through at this point, everyone knows this score. Everyone knows the game. Everyone knows the situation here, which is England are shit. They'll know. And we'll get given some reason about, well, I was looking at, certain attacking options after, and I found maybe the balance wasn't there, and we don't have anyone to replace Calvin Phillips, even though I didn't actually play him at all in the World Cup in Qatar when I did have him. And now's the time, Gareth. Now be bold. Now at half-time, make some subs. Don't wait until the 68th minute. Don't wait until the 65th minute. Put people on at half-time. Put Cole Palmer on. Put Anthony Gordon on. Do something. Because there is no way you can watch this first half, this first 44 minutes that are played right now, and go in and go, well, they just need a bit of a pep talk. They just need a bit of motivation and they'll be better. Change something. Do something. K-Flow says, you think Gareth will? I don't know. He'd probably put on Conor Gallagher or something like that. He'd probably see this and be like, we need to be more defensive. We're too open. Put on Conor Gallagher. Gahey. Trippier. Oh. Trippier on that left-hand side. You see him just the way he receives the ball. He receives the ball and his mindset is, I'm going to pass it backwards as soon as I get it. I'm going to pass it backwards or sideways. That is what I'm going to do. That's a foul, referee. Book him then. So Skriniar is booked now. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Referee's done how many? Is that 5 bookings in this first half? He slowed down, thank God. Carl Walker. I wonder if, because they're all on the headsets, I wonder if someone at any point to that referee probably said something in his ear, like, calm it down, mate. That's another foul. Book him, ref. Wasn't a lot in it. It is a foul. To be honest, Bellingham was kind of already on his way down. Right, free kick to England. Good delivery. And not to be fair to Foden, the only thing I would give him credit for in this first half is actually his deliveries have been okay from set pieces. But you're looking at other English players. Again, make a run. Foden stands over it. I think England players are completely out on their feet. Foden, ball in. Punched away by the keeper. Going to be offside. I mean, to be honest with you, I forgot. It's Dubravka playing in goal. Have a shot at him. Cobby. Still going. Cobby Mainu. Going to be deflected. That's better. See, at least with Cobby, at least he's going to go forward. At least he's going to try something. Take people on. Attract people towards you. Make some space. Instead of this just literally an executive toy. That one, you know when you go like this? Dun, 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 dun. That's what it is. Phil Foden's going to take the corner. Ball in. Harry Kane, just above him. Cobby. Gives it to Bukayo Saka, left-footed. Blocked. Comes back to Cobby. Goes past him. Ball in. Good ball. Again, he's looked like he is the one that's going to make... Looks like something's going to happen. It's out of him. Foden. Declan Rice. Another corner. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Again, turn the screw. Force the issue. Again, be a bit faster. Be a bit one-touch. Do something. You know, you take some risks. Try things. Like you do for your clubs. Ignore what the manager's saying. Foden. Kane. Oh. Give it a free kick. Of course he has. It's a foul by John Stones, by the way. He literally threw him. Half-time. England are 1-0 down. First of all, what I'm going to do straight away is mute that pissing commentary from Sam Matterface and Lee Dixon. I mean, it's bad enough having to watch the England performance, let alone listen to them for 45 minutes. But England are 1-0 down, and deservedly so, by the way. Deservedly so. They're 1-0 down. They have not been good enough. It's been a continuation. I mean, the only thing you would say, it's no real difference to their opening three performances, really. It's been exactly the same, hasn't it? Exactly the same, which is lethargic nonsense, really. A cure for insomnia. There's no need to take Ambien or any other sort of sleeping medication. Just watch England play in an international game, and that should send you right off. Once again, well, my criticism is going to be the same as they always are, which is it is fake possession football. It is Gareth Southgate masquerading as a Pep Guardiola cosplay without any of the sort of actual proper tactics or anything like that. It is 78% possession of the ball to Slovakia's 22 and nothing to show for it. Not a single shot on target. You know, Slovakia, they've actually had less shots than England because towards the second end of that first half, England did start to turn the screw a little bit. But a couple of the shots that England have been nowhere near goal, it must be stressed. And they'll be very comfortable. Again, and this is why those, Twitter tacticos will look at that and go, but they had a lot of the ball and the pass accuracy was this, was that. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Where is the Rock when I need him? Okay, where is the Rock? Let me get the Rock up because he's probably got an important message for you all here about what you think and all that kind of stuff.
It doesn't matter what you think!
Exactly, it doesn't. How does Gareth Southgate feel about the criticism about him?
It doesn't matter how you feel!
Because it's legitimate. That's exactly what it is. And it's the same. It has been the same. It's been the same in every game of this tournament. It's been the same in every single game leading up to the tournament. It's been the same for years. And what Gareth Southgate needs to do now is something that I don't expect him to do. I absolutely hope he does do it, which is please take a risk, my goodness me. If this was, Ant and Deck's Saturday night takeaway and they go to the crowd, do you want to gamble? He'd go, I'm taking what I've got and I'm going to go home. Thank you very much. No, you go gamble. Make some changes, take a risk, take some of these players off, put some balance to this team. Take Phil Foden off, take Bukayo Saka off. Try something. You have a squad of players that you have picked allegedly because you think that they are good enough. Take them off, add some balance, try something different. Put Cole Palmer on. Put Anthony Gordon on. Do something. If Kyle Walker, who just got spun for about 20 minutes in that game and didn't have a clue where he was going, if it's not working, then again, put Trent on in his actual position of right back, not in central midfield. It took you like 4 games to figure out that Cobby should be in midfield, and he's been our best player out on the pitch. Really, he's been the only one trying to make anything happen. Forward passes, taking shots, trying to take people on, actually trying to bring people in so there's gaps. Apart from that, it's been the same. It's been sideways passing across the back line, sideways passing out to the fullbacks, then it goes back to the centre-back once again, over and over and over and over and over again, with no one moving, with nobody doing anything. But guess what? It's all right, it's okay, because they like going on international duty. Previously in the past, England players didn't like going on international duty. They thought it was a bit cumbersome. But now they're having a good time. Well, what about the fans? Because every time I watch this, I'm not having a good time. Are you? Are you having a good time? Are they having a good time at the moment whilst they're losing to Slovakia? I know that I don't think so, that they are. And again, the media, they should now hold these people accountable, hold the players and the coaching staff accountable because constantly, they have protected this coach, they have protected these players for the best part of I don't know how many years, and suddenly in the last week is the only time they've started to go, actually, this isn't very good, is it? It's not very good. Oh, actually, it's not very good. And it's not been very good for a while. And us as England fans, and actually those in the media, there's a level of arrogance because we were already talking about playing Switzerland in the next round. Well, and I put myself in here. Well, when we play Switzerland, we'll lose. How about when we play Slovakia, we'll lose? How about that? How about that one? And again, as Manchester United fans, I think we are well equipped to participate in this manager and players discussion, who's to blame. The answer, of course, is all of them, because even on the pitch, again, these are international, top quality players. They should be doing better. No doubt about that. But it is consistently the manager, constantly the manager who sets up this talented group of players with defensive, boring, possession-based football that leads to nothing. That's constantly what it is. And it will always be what it is. And let's face it, even if we get through this game, even if we go through to the quarterfinals and face against Switzerland, which at this point we're not going to be doing because we're going to be going out at this point, but let's say we turn it around, Switzerland will be thrilled. Switzerland will be thrilled either way. They'll look at this and go, we should be going to semi-finals. That's what they'll be looking at. And the problem is with some of the imbalances, let's make a change at left back. Oh yeah, we can't. We've got Luke Shaw on the bench. Is he even ready? He hasn't kicked a ball for 5 months in terms of the pitch. Oh, did we have anyone that we could have taken instead? Yes, but we decided to take a risk. It is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. And I'm interested to see what Roy Keane and Gary Neville are going to say, because if they try and protect Gareth Southgate or that, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Let's see what people are saying in the chat at the moment before I lose my mind. What have we got? Joe says, mainly it's him. Phenomenal player for his age. Obvious subs in. Palmer, Gordon, Watkins for Foden, Saka and Kane. But he would take Cobby off. Motto says, Jude off, bring Palmer on. Hamza says, been saying it since game 1 that Bellingham needs to be benched for a game. Want to see Foden creating things, being a 10 and Palmer on the ring. Show says Trent, Palmer, Gordon for Walker, Saka and Bellingham. There is, again, and there is also this, isn't there, that there is, and this is a England tale as old as time. This predates Gareth Southgate, to be fair. But there is this kind of feeling, isn't there, of, you can't take him off. You know, Harry Kane or Jude, but can't take him off. Well, if they're not playing well, this is when it goes back to being a squad game. If they're not playing well, if they're not ready or whatever, you take him off. If Jude Bellingham looks tired because it's been a long season, you take him off. If Harry Kane's not doing anything, you take him off. If it's a situation where we need more runners in behind, or we need a striker that's going to run in behind, you take him off. Nobody's too big. Okay, you need to win the match. If England go out of refusal of, well, we just couldn't take off Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham, that is nonsense. Again, because at that point it's not a squad game anymore; it's an individual game. You know, and another big concern would be that Slovakia are 1-0 up. If we were playing, no disrespect to them, but if we were playing a better team, one of the teams that you would think eventually we have to face in this tournament, they'd be like 2 or 3 up at this point. You know, there are a couple of times Slovakia were in behind. They just needed a bit more quality. If you were playing against Switzerland, like this is Switzerland side that comfortably dispatched of Italy 2-0. If we were playing then, we'd probably be 2-0 down at this point. If we were playing Austria at this point, we'd probably be 2 or 3 down. If we were playing, let alone, you know, the Germanys or the Spains or even, you know, the Portugals or the Frances, we'd be 2 or 3 down at this point. It's been that bad, but it's nothing new. This is not a surprise. This is par for the course for however many years. And it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. And please do not assume that I am sitting here and I'm happy with this. Do not assume that I'm sitting here and like, you're hate watching or anything like that. I saw me at the start of the stream. My goodness me, I want to see England play well. I want to see England be successful. And I want to be able to support the manager and the players. But how can you? How can you when what you're seeing is dross consistently over and over and over again? It's just nonsense, absolute nonsense. Ash says take off Trippier, swap Walker, then put on Trent. Defense needs to attack. Hamza says we need to see some energy and creativity. Need the likes of Trent, Palmer and Eze on. What else? All Elite says Keno is furious. It's just, again, it's just not good enough. And I don't, look, make no mistake, England can still absolutely turn this round and absolutely go through. I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case, maybe 2-1. But what I don't see happening now, what I don't see happening at the moment, is I don't see this being rectified further in the tournament if England do go through. Because this is how England are playing at the moment. This is how England have been playing for ages. And you know what the real sort of, again, frustrating and disappointing thing is? As an English fan that's watched a lot of international tournaments in my lifetime, again, it's just kind of par for the course. This is very England. This is very England in the sense of there are players that you think are great, and then when it comes to the international tournament, they start playing like they don't even... You know, again, like they're shells of themselves. Either they look tired or they suddenly get poor or whatever. And I thought that was the thing that they praised Gareth Southgate for, is that he had fostered this great environment. What I'm seeing in this game, and what I've been seeing for months, is not a great environment. I'm not seeing a group of players that all look really happy and, you know, it's a great environment. They're all happy to be there. No, I'm not seeing that at all. I'm seeing a group of players that look like they're not sure what they're meant to be doing. No one's running around. Nobody's doing anything. All they can do is pass it sideways, and they're largely frustrated. And actually, what I am seeing is the more experienced players that are in that team are letting down the younger players. And when some of the younger players are coming in, they're playing better because they've got more hunger. They've got more energy. They've got more determination. And it's just not good enough. But it's also not surprising. Not surprising at all. I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed. But the bigger concern, again, would be that the biggest concern would be that if we do go through, I don't see how the levels can get much higher. You know, I can see England doing enough to get through this game, perhaps. Wouldn't be shocked if we didn't, but I could see that happening. But moving forward, that's why I said before the tournament, my prediction was always quarterfinals. I might have been actually wrong by one. It might be last 16. But playing like this, just no good. No good. Not at all. Not at all. Poor. What would Kenny say? Let's get some analysis from Kenny. Kenny, what do you think?
Poor, and I mean poor.
What do you think of the sort of tactics in the first half as well?
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
And how would you describe Gareth Southgate?
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Thank you, Kenny. Be sure to click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. You know what to do. Nicholas says all betting agencies have England favourites to win. I mean, that honestly, and you're right, Nicholas. That's why I remember I said it at the beginning of the tournament. That I remember, like, right, I think because I did the first game and it was Scotland-Germany and they were talking about England and that kind of media talk about, well, it's now or never for England. And my initial reaction was, what on earth are you talking about? Seriously? Now or never? England are the favourites. How? What have you been watching to suggest that's good? Who's making those odds? Who suggested that England were the favourites for this tournament? That is nonsense. And again, that's not based off this game. That's based off like months, years of watching England going, are you serious? They're the favourites. What? Excuse me? Now or never? Well, I guess we're settling on never then, aren't we? That's not great. And now... Again, this is my frustration too, is that now the media sort of play this, we're so shocked. We're really shocked by this. England, they don't look good, do they? Or their build-up play is not very good. Or it's so surprising. And you go, it's not. Clearly it's not. This is not surprising. And I think that's the disconnect between some of the pundits that know Gareth Southgate. I mean, this is the thing too. Gareth Southgate... As Roy Keane says, you know, and it is true, and I appreciate him pointing this out because it kind of shows where his sort of bias is with this, is Gareth Southgate used to work for ITV doing the England tournaments. I think he did Euro 2012. He might have even done a World Cup. So a lot of the people there he's worked with. He's worked with people in the media. Of course, he was teammates with a lot of people at international level. So they go out their way to try and protect him or talk nice about him because they're his friend. But, you know, as we've seen in the past... that, you know, eventually you start sort of not talking the truth anymore. You start sort of hiding away from difficult conversations. And you start hiding away from, you know, really looking at things and being objective about it because you can't. And what it leads to is situations like this where it creates this sort of false image until you start to see things like this and you go, actually, that's not good. It's not good at all. Has he not made any subs? Again, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. Not shocked. I'm not surprised. He's seen that. He's seen that in the first half, and he's gone, like I said, well, they just need a bit of motivation. That's what they need. Just need to be motivated a little bit. What a crock of shit. Second half's underway. Why has he made no changes, Sam Matterface? Because he doesn't know what he's doing. That's why. This is the same guy again that when it came to facing Italy in the Euros final, he didn't make any subs then for ages, even though the other team was growing into the game and he was 1-0 up and they were changing the game and he didn't make any subs. He did the same in 2018 against Croatia as well. Went 1-0 up and didn't do anything as the game was evolving. The reason he's made no subs, Sam Matterface, is because he's got no game management. He doesn't know how to change a game. All he knows is how to pick a team and pretend he's Pep Guardiola. That's all he can do. I don't know how much more evidence you need that he has no game management. He cannot do it. He cannot do that. How many more big games do we need to see him not make subs or make subs in like the 65th minute? How many more? So again, forgive me when Sam Matface goes, why hasn't he made any subs? You've got this squad of players that you have picked. And no subs. And again, we're doing it again already. The sideways passing. It's just... Look, it's like a training game. Oh my God. And this is why you should have made some changes, Gareth, because it's literally 90 minutes in, 90 seconds, 120 seconds in to this second half. And you can see that it's the same players, so you're getting the same stuff. Absolute madness. Absolutely madness. Honestly. Throw into Slovakia. I mean, it's exactly the same. I mean, it is exactly the same. No difference. Ugh. It is madness. It is just complete insanity. Trippier, Declan Rice. Slovakia never got to a quarter-final of a major tournament. In the knockout stages for the first time. And we're doing it again. Passing it sideways. Oh. Have I got a snoring noise on this? It's just crazy. Kyle Walker. Saka. Harry Kane. Good pass. Trippier into the box. Trippier. It's got to score. Foden scores. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank God. Come on. Now, hopefully, they wake up. I mean, Slovakia are claiming offside. 1-1. Let's have a look, see if it was offside. It was tight. But it's a great pass by Harry Kane. Something, at least a spark. Something. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. He's onside. I think he's off. I think he's offside. He looks like he's in front of the ball. I think he's off. He's ahead of the ball. I think he'll be given offside. Yeah. Well, that was fun while it lasted. And the worst thing is, he doesn't need to as well, Foden. That's the most frustrating thing. It's avoidable. If he just holds his run, he still scores regardless. It's not as if he gains the advantage or anything like that, or he needed to be ahead of it. But that was fun while it lasted. Right, come on, at least use it. Let's wake us up, please. Harry Kane. Shoot! Harry Kane! Deflection! Oh. Well, at least Harry Kane's woke up a bit. Perhaps. Show says, why on earth is he offside? He needed to hold his run. And again, there's no need. There's no need for that as well. Trippier. Dubravka punches. And I tell you, as someone points out, Freaky says, it's true actually. If Southgate was thinking about, well, I'll leave it 5 minutes without making any subs. Now he's definitely not going to make any subs, is he? He's going to look at this and be like, I don't need to make any subs. If England can keep up like this, then that'll be a bit better. But let's hope, come on England. Move the ball faster. Do something, please. Oh, deflection. Out for a throw-in. Even that, just take the throw-in quicker. Move it quicker. Cobby. Declan Rice. Well, at least it looks like a little bit, like at least Harry Kane's maybe woken up a little bit. He's had a shot. That one when he would have got, he played the ball in to Trippier. Apparently England subs are warming up. Kane into the box. Cobby. Declan Rice. Gahey. Rice again. Trippier. Headed down. But now, I mean, look, you can see the Slovakia coach is telling them to get forward. And England should now, this is where they've got to take advantage of this. Because, look, Slovakia are backing off. So don't allow them to get forward. Keep pushing them. Keep pushing them. Cobby. Bellingham. Walker's fouled. And it'd been a perfect time to score as well, wouldn't it? Right at the beginning of the second half. You can turn the game around. What the fuck was that? What on earth are you doing? John Stones. I tell you what, they should be 2-0 up. They should be 2-0 up. John Stones just decided to just have a bit of a daydream. And again, that wouldn't have been Pickford's fault. Because he's off his line. Because he's thinking, well, there's no way they're just going to give the ball away there. My goodness.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless!
They're going to give me yellow.
Go on! Oh. Riri says, what is Pickford doing that far off? It's like, well, he's to be fair, he's off the line because it's a free kick on the halfway line. He doesn't expect his teammate just to give the ball away. If that had gone in, it wouldn't have been a Pickford thing. That's like when it was like earlier on this season, where a couple of times when Onana was, when he's off his line. And they go, I can't believe he's off his line. And you go, well, the ball's given away on the halfway line. What's like, the expectation is that won't happen. Here's Saka. Cobby. Foden. Cobby. Gives out to Kyle Walker again. Foden. Declan Rice. So, to be honest, it was a terrible pass into Harry Kane. Now we're giving the ball away. I mean, I'm not sure what Declan Rice expects Harry Kane to do with that pass. Well done. Bit better. Rice. Trippier. Cobby. John Stones. Walker. It's got to make sure just keep the tempo up. Quicker. Foden. Ball in. Bellingham. Still, the problem is at the moment, it's like, again, you've got Dubravka in goal. Force him to make saves. He's not that good. Seeing the graphic for the goal. He doesn't need to. You don't need to be ahead there, Foden. Look, he's in space anyway. He would. I mean, I get that. You know, it's easier said than done, obviously. But just hold your run. Slovakia are making changes before England. Oh, honestly. Ahmad Desham with the super chat. And I've lost my screen. Ahmad Desham with the super chat says, look on the bright side, Owen. England going home will probably mean Southgate sacking. Well, I think the bright side is that Southgate, I think irrespective of what happens in this tournament, it'd probably be his last tournament anyway, is what they were saying. But maybe the positive is you would hope, even if things go bad with Eric this season, there's no way they can go anywhere near Southgate. Surely. Jude, good feet. That's a bit better from him. Bellingham. Rice. Cobbe. Trippier, ball in. Bellingham's holding his head. He's going to get back up. He's fine now. I said it wasn't that bad. Trippier. Everything's right-footed, though. Rice. Cobby. Go on, Cobby. He's running forwards. That's a foul, referee. See, that again, that's the difference. That's the difference. Other players in this team aren't brave enough to do that. He's on a yellow card.
But where's the card then? Where's the card?
You've been dishing him out like Smarties earlier on. Now you don't want to do it. I'm sick of him.
But where's the card then? Where's the card?
Considering what this referee was doing earlier on in the game, where this was a booking, and then you'd go down, well, booking. Now, a foul on the edge of the box, 60 minutes, when you're already on a booking. And again, this is what I was saying earlier on. It doesn't just pertain to England players too, is he put himself into a corner. You back yourself into a corner where you give out yellow cards stupidly, and then when an actual tackle does come and it is a definitive second yellow, you go, well, I can't really do it. I can't do it. That's the difference. That's why. Trippier and Foden standing over it. Foden. I thought it was Trippier's. I'm not sure why Foden takes that. Surely that's got to be Kieran Trippier taking that one. Look. I mean, surely that's Trippier's space there. And here we go. It's 60 minutes. And the first team making substitutions. It's not England. It's Slovakia instead.
What is going on here?
Honestly. And now, to be honest, we're getting to this stage where it's like England are looking for an equalizer to take it to extra time as opposed to turn the game around. We've got to manifest it. Make a sub. Make a sub, Gareth. I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me. I'm penetrating your thoughts. Make a sub. Make a sub, please. We're into the 62nd minute. England 0, Slovakia 1. Come on. Bellingham. Ball over the top. There you go. Heavy touch. Oh. I mean, he's hit Kieran Trippier, who's still down, by the way. Trippier's holding his ankle. He's not happy about it. Whoa, it's nasty. That's again.
Where's the card then? Where's the card?
That has to be a booking. How is that not a booking? I mean, did he play advantage or did he just say, well, coming together? They're talking behind little bits of paper. Make a sub. Maybe we should actually make a sub. It's only been like nearly 65 minutes. He did get the ball a little bit. But still, it was follow through. Honestly. Well, obviously, as you would expect, the Slovakia fans making more noise. Mainly because the England fans are sitting there once again going, right, Cole Palmer's coming on. Thank goodness. But it's got to be more than just one. We've got to have several. Bring people on. Ugh. I think Bukayo Saka's going to left back, possibly. Ian Wright had mentioned that on the punditry, and he got a lot of criticism for it. Looks like it's going to happen. Oh, Jude just losing the ball. Honestly, Jude Bellingham's got to come off. He looks like he's exhausted. He looks miles off it, Jude Bellingham. He's got to be taken off. He is so far off it at the moment. He was great in that first game, but since then he's been so way, way, way off. Ball in. Gets there first. That'll be a free kick. Where's that yellow card then, referee? Now he doesn't want to give any. Now he doesn't want to give any.
Then? Where's the card?
How's that not a yellow card? How is that not a yellow card? How many in the first half? He was giving them out for every tackle. SFL, it's a booking. Now he starts to be lenient. Now he's starting to go, well, actually, I don't want to do yellow cards. This is madness. Cole Palmer's on. Bukayo Saka's at left back. I'm sure he's not thrilled. I tell you what, it would be great to actually have, an available left back at this point. Imagine you actually picked one. Imagine you did that. Imagine like every other manager, you went into a tournament and had multiple players for multiple positions. I'm sure there are, there's Mitchell, there's Chilwell, sitting somewhere watching this going, I can't believe I'm not there. Not even necessarily because I'm the best or anything like that, but just because they need a left back. Ugh. And now we're doing it again. Speed up the passing. Please. Gay. Gonna be a foul. Cobby. Even Cobby's going deep to try and get the ball. Plays it off Slovakia player. King of the Indies is right. They just mentioned this on commentary. So obviously, Ian Wright and Karen Kearney said, oh, maybe Saka goes to left back. And that got brought up to Bukayo Saka. And he basically was like, nah, it's not going to happen. And now he's at left back. But it's all right, guys. Let's check the possession stats once more. Let's have another look. 76% possession. Still, 67 minutes in, 0 shots on target. 0 shots on target. Closing into 70 minutes of a football match, we have had 0 shots on target. Ball in by Palmer. Headed out for a corner. But we've had 76% possession. We've had a lot of the ball. 0 shots on target. Madness. Foden's going to stand over this. Foden, ball in. Doesn't beat the first man. Kyle Walker. Well, the saving grace can be is, they talk about it being a golden generation of England players. At least Gareth ain't going to be managing them for much longer. Because they can't be wasted again. Declan Rice. But no, and by the way, also as well, criticism goes towards the FA. Because the FA's selection of managers is terrible. Like, as much as I criticise Gareth Southgate, and I feel like it is justified, a lot of criticism has to go towards the FA because they genuinely do not have a clue what is going on. Like, bear in mind again, before Southgate, Sam Allardyce was the guy moving forward, and then even now it'll be like, even after Gareth, it'll be like, oh, let's go back to Big Sam, or it'll be like someone that just is not deserving of the England job. They'd be like, let's get Steve Bruce in. Saka. Pickford. There you go, to Kane. Put it out wide. Give it to Cole Palmer. Give it to Cole Palmer. Here is Palmer. Cuts it back. Jude goes down. It's not a penalty. He had to get up. Yeah, it was never ever a penalty in a million years, Jude. Rice. Palmer again. There you go. Kobe Madu. That's not good enough. Every 2 years, do you know what it's like being an England fan? Is every 2 years you know that you're just going to be horrifically disappointed. You can just chalk it in on your calendar. Okay, so in 2 years, like now, like with the World Cup, we'll be like 2 years' time, World Cup, North America, we'll be disappointed at some point then. Not sure what date, but it'll be there. That'll be coming. It's inevitable. That's why I'm sick of the "It's Coming Home" song. It ain't. So stop singing it. Oh. Stones. Rice. Saka. Rice. Cobby. Foden. Something. Move something. I mean, at the moment, we're just praying for extra time. Jude. There you go. Travel. Ball in. Headed away. What also you need to do at this point, Gareth, yeah? Change the shape. Again, get people, throw them forward. Not enough, stop being conservative. Put the ball in, again, get the players as high up the pitch as you possibly can. You're risking not only elimination, but humiliation at the same time. And I know with England, get up, man. I know with England, that comes hand in hand. We're not going to kick the ball out. Switch. There you go. Oh, Declan Rice, how many times have you done that in this tournament and in this game? Declan Rice, my goodness me. He can't pass the ball. What is the difference between Declan Rice of England and Declan Rice of us? We can't pass the ball. A Slovakia player twists his ankle. Unbelievable. They're talking. Don't worry though, guys. He's talking. Talking to players. Honestly. Madness. You'd be looking at again. You'd be looking at. If I'm looking at the bench. I'm going, get Anthony Gordon on, get Foden off, not doing anything. Bellingham again. You get him off as well. Throw strikers on the pitch. Get Watkins on. Get Ivan Toney on. Do something. Get Walker off. Put Trent on. Change shit. Uh, 15 minutes left. 15 minutes between England going out of Euro 2024 and the round of 16 to Slovakia. And deservedly so, by the way. Oh. Look, there we go. Coming out again. They just look, again, dead in their feet now. Honestly, it looks like, and again, this is where you need your coach, you need your manager. It looks like now the England players just are now like, well, we're 50 minutes away from going. We're going to go out. We're going to go out. We don't have anything. We're going to go out, aren't we? We're going to go out. We can't score a goal. We're going to go out. And it's upon the manager to remain calm, make subs, change the shape, change the game. But it really has been. Pickford comes out and collects. It really has been a Southgate special. It has. 77% of the ball, 9 shots, 0 on target. No real threat. The only difference, in time that it looked like half decent is when we had that goal that was disallowed. Yes, 15 minutes away, well less than that, 14 minutes away from going out, and still The only subs he's made is that Cole Palmer's come on. He's made one sub. One sub. It is 76 minutes. 76 minutes he's made a sub. You have got literally like a plethora of options. Plethora of options. And he's refusing to make a sub. Like, he is genuinely willing, I think I saw someone say in the comments, to die on this hill of, no, this is my team. This is my team. This is what it's going to be. Oh. Free kick to England. Foden, ball in. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. Harry Kane should score. Got to score. Foden, ball in. Harry Kane. I don't think it was a foul, to be honest with you. It's got to score. Got to score. Got to get it on target. I feel like that's the one. I mean, that'll be 10 now. 10 shots, 0 on target in 78 minutes of football. I mean, people took the mick out of it before the game, but I think it might legitimately happen. Anthony Gordon might come on once again for 5 minutes. Literally, 5 minutes. He might come on. Well, 5 minutes, bring him on. No shot on target, 1 sub in 78 minutes. Cobby. To Bellingham. Ball in. Ah, it's not good enough. Again, Bellingham's got to come off. He has to come off at this point. He has not played well. I understand you're Jude Bellingham and you've had a great season and you're the poster boy for this England team in this competition, but you haven't played well. You have to come off. He has to come off. You're looking at Harry Kane as well going, even you, mate, you're going to have to come off too. It's not working. And again, this isn't a hill to die on, Gareth. Yeah, you've got literally 11 minutes left to save yourself and save your country from going out of the competition. Like, enough's enough at this point. The names no longer matter. What matters is England getting back in the game. Who they are, it doesn't matter. Because if you're going out, you're not going to have to deal with them again. Because you're not going to be the manager. Better pass to Saka. Foden. That can Rice ball in. But it's out of hope. It's out of hope. I mean, I can't believe it. It is 80 minutes. And 80 minutes, yeah, we've had a sub. 1 sub. This is mental. This is crazy. We said after that first half he got to make subs at half time. He made one at, like, was it 60 minutes? Like 60 minutes and that's it. I can't believe it. Well, I can. Rice shoots off the post. Oh, fuck. Oh. Two more subs from Slovakia, by the way. So that's 4 subs they would have made. Honestly. No. I can't believe what the fuck is going on. Like, in the 82nd minute, we have made 1 sub. Cole Palmer came on for Kieran Trippier. And let's be honest, yeah, remember, Kieran Trippier got injured too. Like, that might have been out of necessity, let alone tactical changes. This is mental. This is crazy. Like, I think they said they're bringing on Eze, but in the meantime, he's been stood down there for like a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, Slovakia have brought on 2 subs. Like, what? Madness. And to be honest, like, Eze coming on great, but like it's more that we need more than 1 sub, really, don't we? This is the point when you're looking at Gareth going like, bring on 3, like, change the game. Enough of this 1 person on, 1 person off bullshit. Bring on 2, bring on 3, bring on multiples. You know, add freshness. These players look knackered, by the way, as well. What are we doing? It's just madness. Free kick Slovakia. Like, it's just ridiculous. I just can't believe it. Well, I can. I've been saying it for months. Eze's coming on. And Cobby's
Honestly, I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick.
You've taken off maybe the 1 player that not only is the freshest out of them, you've taken off the player that maybe is creating the most. You've taken off Cobby. Like, what the fuck is going on with Gareth Southgate? Who on earth at this point? And again, the criticism has been, oh, you're being too harsh on him, Owen. You're bullying him. What on earth? What on earth is this? How? This is just madness. Jude Bellingham stays on the pitch. Phil Foden stays on the pitch. Harry Kane stays on the pitch. People that have done nothing but underperform in this game are still on. How? How? Cobby off. I don't. This is madness. This is insanity. Ridiculous. And then again, 1, the media had the nerve to try and suggest he could be anywhere near the Manchester United dugout. And 2, when I've called him out, people have criticised that, saying you're being too negative. The only thing that's negative is the tactics here. We are trying to equalise to stay in the competition against Slovakia and take this to extra time. And we're taking off Cobby. What a joke. Ball in. But for this kind of, honestly, for this kind of substitutions and tactics, England deserve to go out. Because they've not been good enough. The manager's not been good enough. He's not prepared to take risks when he's 1-0 down against Slovakia. Like, honestly. How? How can you not? It's just fucking Christ. It's just madness. Foden. Cole Palmer. Palmer ball in, headed away. Gahey puts out to Palmer again. Oh. Again, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. You just hope that you are wrong. That's the thing. You hope. Oh my God! How are they still on the pitch? How is Foden still on the pitch? How is Bellingham still on the pitch? They're now giving the ball away even more. It's just ridiculous. This is crazy. I said it again, giving the ball away again. Look, so these players look exhausted, so you go and you look towards the bench. Manager, your players are exhausted. You have played them for literally the 4 games we have played. It's been the same starting 10 players in that team. Cobby was a different starter today. And now they're exhausted towards the end of this match. You've only got a few minutes left and you've only made 2 subs. 2 subs. And one of the players you took off was your freshest player who was playing the best. And you're still not willing to make any more subs. This is baffling. Into the box. Foden. Foden stands over this corner. Foden, corner ball. It was close towards Bellingham. Headed back in. It's not a foul. Oh. I mean, let's be honest. Might not be as bad as the Iceland one in Euro 2016, but it's right up there. It's right up there. It's a game where we've played, no disrespect, but an inferior team, and we've absolutely, manager and players, completely shit the bed. And it's like everyone's looking around for leadership. Everyone's looking around for someone to do something. And the manager is standing there like an idiot. It is what? We're into the 80. Well, about to be into the 90th minute. We haven't had a shot on target. This is completely pathetic. And to be honest, actually, maybe it is worse than the Iceland one. Maybe it is, because this team is meant to be better than the team back then. I mean, at least in 2016, I suppose we weren't the favourites for the tournament. This time we were, even though that idea was laughable. No. And again, when we topped the group and we were playing shit, it was like, what are you moaning about? They topped the group, it doesn't matter. Well, what matters now, doesn't it? Matters now. I can't even believe, remember now, you can actually make more subs than you ever used to. Does he still think you could only make 3 subs? Is that what he's thinking? Well, they're saying 6 minutes, but the thing on here, 6 minutes. But we've done F all in 90, so I'm not holding out much hope. Rice. Gahey. Saka. Eze. Corda. Players down. Hopefully they'll just add more time on. Eze's going to take. Dubravka punched it. But again, remember, they've got Dubravka in goal. We haven't tested him once. Oh. It's like it for. Why is he still on the pitch? Why is, Foden, Bellingham, Kane? Absolute shit show. They haven't, though. They're getting Sam Matterface going, he's done so much over the last 8 years. His achievements on and off the pitch are multiple. They're not, though. They're not. Again, that's such a fallacy. That is not true. That is not true. He's achieved so much. He's done so much. What has he done? What has he done? This is reality creeping up on the manager. This is reality creeping up. And actually now, for the first time in maybe a long time, finally, he's actually been exposed in a situation that's actually more accurate for him. And even they're making more subs. I can't believe this. Slovakia are still making subs, but Gareth isn't. Well, I'm seeing a manager that doesn't want to change the game. Doesn't want to change the game. Disgraceful. Where are you, Kenny? I need you.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. Poor. And I mean poor. Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
And now, we're entering into the 94th minute, and now he's bringing on Ivan Toney. You cannot write this. You cannot write this. Ivan Toney's coming on for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh. Well, Ivan, you're gonna big difference in the 2 minutes. You're gonna have a good run at it. Oh. Here comes Ivan Toney for the 2 minutes. Now you want to take Phil Foden off. Now you want to take Phil Foden off. It should have happened about 15 minutes ago, man. Now you want to do it. Honestly. Fuck. My God. Phil, now it's time to come off. Why? Game's about to end. Long throw. This is crazy. This is crazy shit. Long throw. Flick on. Over kick! Oh, Bellingham! Unbelievable! Oh my God! I can't believe it! Oh my God! Hey, Gareth is way, keep him on! Oh my God! What a fucking goal! Good Lord, Jude Bellingham! Oh my God, I tell you what, England don't deserve it. Gareth Southgate doesn't deserve it. But I don't care. Oh my God. And the thing is as well, not only have they scored, it's an absolute beauty. He's not been at his best. Oh my God. I can't believe it. That is outrageous. Holy shit. Take a look at this. Overhead kick into the bottom corner. Oh, I can't breathe. Guys, I'm gonna need support. Oh. He says who else? But now, please, England, wake up. The problem is, by the way, is England still need to step the fuck up. Like, still, England need to wake up. They have been just given a lifeline. I mean, it's like, was it Aaron Paul Breaking Bad situations? He can't keep getting away with this. I'm thrilled. I'm happy. But oh my God. Now, please, England, please, Gareth Southgate, for the love of God, please wake up. Please. Oh. And the thing is as well is that is such a 1% goal. That is outrageous by Jude Bellingham. I mean, absolutely outrageous. Phil Foden still should have come off. Phil Foden ain't doing that. Phil Foden ain't doing that in the last minute. Oh, my word.
Believe.
Oh, I gotta pass out. I'm getting lightheaded. And that's it. It's full time. Holy shit. Oh, my God. And at this point again, you're just glad that we scored. You're just glad that we scored. Oh. Breathe, guys. Breathe, guys. Oh, my word. Well, it's 1-1. Jude Bellingham has bailed England firmly out of the shit. And bailed himself as well out of the shit, because England for 97 minutes were absolutely appalling. One shot on target, and that's the goal. And it came in the 97th minute. Now, please. Now's the time to go, right, it wasn't going well, but we woke up. We got lucky. We got a bit of something, because again, it took us 97. We can't wait another 97 to get a shot on target, folks. We need to actually now wake up, test the goalkeeper a bit more. We're lucky that we have got players like a Jude Bellingham that can do something out of nothing. Fair play. I was saying take him off. I guess Gareth Southgate's why you don't take him off. I'll give you the credit on that one. I'm willing to do it, okay? Just like I'm willing to hope that things are going to go better. But my goodness me. Please. Oh, God. Dan says, to be honest, we were a little bit unlucky. We got disallowed goals. Well, we didn't create enough. We didn't create enough. Again, it just you know what it is, yeah. At this point, I mean, I guess we can save the stuff for afterwards. We can, and because at this point, it's just get through. Just get through. That is a world-class goal. It might be goal of the tournament again. It's saved you. It has saved us here. But the real inquest after this, if we manage to get through, will be we cannot play like that against near enough any other team, because we will be out. Because against another team, I mean, Slovakia, eventually they started to back off and sort of just get in a bit of a defensive shape and kind of tired out. Against a better team, we will be 3 or 4 down by that point. That is it. Right? That is the facts of it. But that's for later. Right now, it's just about we have somehow managed to find our way into extra time when probably we didn't deserve it. We've scored an outrageous world-class goal of the tournament goal. Let's just get through and reassess. Let's just get through and do that. You know? And as King of the Indies points out, the goal was correctly ruled out, by the way. Like, he was offside. There's nothing wrong with that. But my goodness me. Ugh. I'm telling you, every 2 years, England do this to you. England just do this. And again, this is the round of 16, let alone the quarterfinal or the semi-final. Again, the only other hope you can have is that it's like a galvanizing moment. I don't know how many times I've said that, but whoa. Oh. Okay. How are we? Are we all good? Are we all okay? I'm not. 74% possession, 13 shots, the 1 on target. And that 1 on target came from none other, who else but Jude Bellingham in the 95th minute. of 6 minutes. 6 minutes of stoppage time, by the way. Ugh. And again, I didn't even want to think about, I don't want to think about later on or anything like that, or the next round, because it probably will make me depressed. But I've just got to think about this game, getting through this game first, because make no mistake, it's level now. With this, Slovakia could very easily score in extra time. With how we've been moving in this game, they could very easily score, and it could go to penalties. With how England are not creating anything. So, my word. Only effort on target. Gareth Southgate can make 3 more changes in extra time. Whether or not he does. Please wake up, England, please. And we're off. Second half's underway. The first game to go to extra time, of course, involved England. Well, good for Ivan Toney, by the way. He's actually going to play some minutes here. And I think, was he involved in that goal? Did he get a flick on or something? My word. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought we were out. I thought we were out. I thought we were done. We still might be, but I don't know. Cheryl was saying it was a Gahey flick on. I didn't even see. I think I blacked out, honestly. I just literally... Volley, Eze, flick back on. Harry Kane! He scored again! Unbelievable! Things just changed around for England. Harry Kane scored. Oh my God. This is madness. England have woken up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, and that one I think was a flick on from Ivan Toney. Come on. Oh. Oh, God. England is fucking mad. Look at this. Flick on by Ivan Toney. Harry Kane puts in the back of the net. There he is, Ivan Toney. Ah. I tell you what, Ivan Toney, start him. Start him in the next game. He doesn't miss those back of the net. Ah. Football. Yeah? Football. That's what it's all about. There's Gareth. Oh. I can't believe it. Madness. Ah. Right now, England just control the game. The only thing you might say, we scored too early. We've still got 30 minutes to go. Ah, right. Actually, no. Now kill off the game. Kill off the game. Get a third and then give it that to the crowd. Do that. Talk about summing up being an England fan, by the way. Sum up being an England fan. You have like 97 minutes of pain and like maybe a minute of ecstasy right at the end of the game and right at the beginning of extra time. And then the rest, for 27 minutes, we're going to have to deal with pain again. Oh. And again, we'll save what it will mean by playing like Switzerland or whatever in the next round, because I am not sold on that at all, by the way. But incredible. I tell you what, again, Ivan Toney does so well to get it just back in, flick it on, keep the ball alive. And also, what I will say though, yeah, Gareth Southgate, if you dare, right, in the next game, start with the same team, I would still say Kobbie Mainoo should be on the pitch. But I'd be looking at Phil Foden can't start. You've got to have at least Cole Palmer or something like change shape, find a way so you can get Ivan Toney and Harry Kane and Harry Kane on the pitch. You can't stick with what you've got. And by the way, is Bukayo Saka out on the right hand side again now? Has the shape changed again? Who's at left back? So who's playing left back? Is it Eze's at left back? Ugh. Or is it a back three? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a back three. And it looks like... It looks like Saka's playing wing back, actually. Bukayo Saka's playing wing back and on the right. And looks like Eze's playing left wing back. And they've got like a bit of a... What is it? Like a 5-3-2 kind of looks like, doesn't it? So you've got Eze, Gay, Stones, Walker as the back three. All right, and then as Saka is then as the wing back. You've got Declan Rice in a sort of defensive mid. Jude and looks like Cole Palmer playing as a midfield three. And then Tony and Harry Kane as a front two. But you know what? Fair play. I'll give you credit for that one. Because I'm saying change the shape, and it has kind of worked. But it looks like a back five, and you've managed to get two strikers on the pitch. And because of the two strikers on the pitch, that's got you 2 goals. So I'm not going to be criticism for the sake of just being critical. Said change the shape, and he's done that. Now it's just a case of, again... When you do that, sometimes you have to get a goal, but now you've got to play 30 minutes with it. That's got to be a foul on Ivan Toney. He's just grabbed him. Well played, Ivan Toney. He's done well since he's come on. And again, he should be playing the next game. Because that initial shape that Southgate's played in this tournament has not been working. See, now the crowd are alive because they're just looking for something. Eric Ten Hag says it all the time, and he is so right with it. Well, you know, when you get those people who say, "Well, you think the fans gonna be behind you?" And they'll go, "Well, the fans are always behind us." But as players, you've got to give them something to cheer about. You've got to energize them. Ivan Toney again, good hold-up play. And ironically enough, now is the time to do the sideways passing, keep the ball, be boring. Now is the time. Kane, he tried the switch, didn't go anywhere. You can see Saka just trying to get back into shape, really. He's got to be wary that, again, there's still plenty of time. That'll probably be the thing that Slovakia would be saying now at this point, wouldn't it? Would just be, look, we've still got time. A big 1-2 punch, but there's still time. So England got to make sure that they're still switched on. Going to go all the way back to the Slovakia goalkeeper, maybe. It looks like maybe there might be another sub. I can see someone warming up. Switch. Eze just landed that header and landed flat on his back. Now just got to be careful. Don't back off too much. Skriniar. He'll go for a cross. Claim that. Pickford does well in the end. Pickford telling people to calm down. As we're about to head into the 100th minute. They're saying it looks like Konza's going to come on, which would make sense. Defender. And that's a claim. Get that. Oh, nearly a short pass. Oh, nearly a couple of bad passes. Declan Rice. Who I don't know if he'll be able to last this extra time. He does look particularly tired. Out to Gay. Of course, he's still going to miss the next match, isn't he? So we still need to figure out who that, centre-back's going to be. He might for the next match. If anything, I wouldn't be shocked if in the next match he does switch to if we get there, a back 3/5 anyway, because that's how Switzerland play. And given that Gay is going to be suspended, he might go for that. I mean, got to get there first, obviously. This is far from done. Shuslov. Saka does well. Throw in. And for all that talk about Saka not being happy going back to that position, he's actually done okay since he's gone there. He's done okay. Where's the lead judges?
Done okay.
Again, England just need to keep the ball, maintain possession. And again, this is when I'll go back to, well done, Pickford, good claim. This is when I'll go back to, I'm not, the whole hate watching thing, that ain't for me. That isn't, again, that's not for me. I am thrilled that England are winning at the moment. I am. And people can say, Gareth Southgate keeps getting away with it. He does. You know what? I want Gareth Southgate to keep getting away with it until he wins the whole thing. I really, because that means England win the whole thing. I don't think that will happen. And I have massive reservations. I think if we go through, going against Switzerland, I wouldn't be shocked if we went out, to be honest, because, again, we're not playing great. I just want England to do well. I just want England to win and reach their potential that they should. I don't think that's possible with Gareth Southgate. But being here, being in this situation right now is much better than the situation that was, 20-odd minutes ago. Player goes down. Referee says no. Slovakia thought they should have had a free kick, but no. Here comes Palmer. Into the box. Saka, it's not a penalty. Why are you going down? It's so soft, Saka. Lil Yo-Yo been a member for 22 months, says, you see now, the Gareth Southgate Defence League stands strong. Scumbag wins, Saka at left back, several right backs, stand up GSDL. Hey, Lil Yo, I see you, okay? I know you. I saw you coming in, 20 minutes ago, saying waistcoat mafia. I see you. You can't fool me. I see everything. That's a free kick. We're closing in on half-time and extra time. Probably won't add much time on. It's a good pass. In behind. Can't believe they've missed. Can't believe they've missed. Should be 2-2. I don't know if it's offside. I don't know how. How? I mean, he's literally 4 yards out maybe, and he somehow missed.
Honestly, I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick.
15 more minutes of this.
Honestly, I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick.
One minute of added time and extra time. This gets, by the way, you kind of lose the context of everything, don't you? Because you sort of go, this is against Slovakia. No, again, no disrespect in footballing terms, but it's against Slovakia. Imagine we were playing Germany. Imagine we were playing like a proper team. Saka, good pass. Palmer. Why is Sam Matface just randomly saying Jude Bellingham touched the ball there? Because he didn't. He's worse than me. That's half time and extra time. 2-1 England. 15 minutes to go. Breathe. Breathe and...
Believe.
Breathe.
Believe.
Breathe.
Believe.
Breathe.
Believe.
That's what we need to do. Just somehow got to stay in it. No more
excuses.
I mean, imagine this is... I mean, I remember with the Euro 2020 final, I mean, I wasn't really in the space at that point, the football space. If that actually happened, I don't know what I'd be able to do. Gareth's talking to his players. I'm just listening to Roy Keane and Ian Wright at the moment. Show says, still don't know how Gareth Southgate has gotten away with this. I don't know. I don't care. It's not sustainable, you know. But this is better than England not being in the tournament. And that's where it looked like it was going to be, you know. I didn't want to be doing a KG and like...
Oh, my heart.
That will come later. Conor Gallagher's coming on. But to be fair, now is the time just get through. Just get through. I tell you what as well, huge credit to Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney, since he's come on, has been brilliant. Nathaniel says 3 sets of 5 minutes. We're into that territory again. It's like the FA Cup final all over again, isn't it? Let's take it in 5-minute chunks. Harry Kane and Bellingham are off. Gallagher and Konza are on. Right. So So we're not even thinking about penalties. Good. We're thinking about seeing out this game. Ivan Toney, I guess, will be the sole striker up front. And a second half of extra time's underway. Oh. My God. I'm not made for this. I'm not made for this at all. Ugh. Right. 15 more minutes to go. What do we need to remember to do, guys? We need to remember, well, one, hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But we need to remember to breathe. Breathe. That's what we need to do. "15 minutes. I mean, fair play to Gareth. In the end, look, he went, now I'll take Bellew and Kane off. They scored. Watch the run. The only thing I'm weary about is I just don't know if it's the wisest idea for 15 minutes just to park everyone behind the ball. Again, you're playing Slovakia. Be cognizant of the opposition. Go, look, we still have the better players. We are still have better control of the ball. Let's keep control of the ball. Let's keep passing the ball. Now's the time to not, again, go like super defensive because you invite pressure. Don't invite pressure. Because you're asking for trouble in that regard. You're saying attack us. Look, Ivan Toney's literally holding the ball up and running by himself. You'd be like, keep the ball, keep your shape. Gallagher goes back to John Stones, to Gay. Yeah, honestly, this game's mad. Crazy. I was really thinking, I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to be doing all these Euro games for the rest of the tournament, no England. Maybe there will be. Or maybe there won't. It's still 15 odd minutes. Eze. Travelling with the ball. Oh, fuck. Hey, did you hear the sound of it? Did you hear the sound?
So where's the card then? Where's the card?
Criminal. But Eze does well. Oh. Now it's happening. Slovakia are making another sub. They're going, I think, even more attacking. It seems like they are anyway. Bear in mind, again, this is Slovakia. Never been in knockout stages before. Never been to a quarter-final of the Euros. So this is not like we're up against, football heritage. Gay. But there'll be a time, if we get through, to enjoy it. And then there'll also be a time for the euphoria to wear off and be like, right, let's have an honest conversation. For 97 minutes, we were dog shit. Gives away a foul. Free kick. Free kick. Slovakia standing over it about, what's that, about 25 yards out. A bit central. You can hear Pickford screaming at the player, shouting 4. Just nothing silly. Nothing silly. Nothing silly. Over the bar. Over the bar. Okay. 5 minutes gone. Yeah, increments of 5. Going old school. KO match view, which will be coming, by the way, next season. Don't worry about that. We've listened to the people. The KO match views will be returning. Don't worry about that one. 5-minute chunks. 1-5 tick. You can do the I need like a sort of a correct kind of thing, don't I? That's what I need. Let's see if I can find a correcting. Wait a minute. I'm happy with that one. 5 minutes, done. Gotta wait for another 5. Breathe and believe, that's right. Ball in, headed away by Eze. There's an extra ball on the pitch at the moment as well. It's going to be a throw-in for Slovakia. As they're going to get to it. Blocked by Konza. Long throw. Oh, swept away by Rice. Ball in. Ah! Oh. Eight minutes remain. It's not as if Slovakia haven't had a couple of chances here, by the way, as well. Ball in. Oh, goes out for a goal kick. I tell you what, I was waiting for someone just to touch that and go in. I tell you what, Kyle Walker does really well. Look, he just leaves it. He thinks about it and just leaves it. And as to be fair, Lee Dixon is right with that one. Walker's not been good in this game. 7 minutes remain. Just got to keep breathing. Ball in. Declan Rice. Good touch. Cole Palmer. Now just keep the ball. Long ball. That's a foul. Ivan Toney. Good play. And he's been booked. Good. Breathe. 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 Annie says get Tony at United. It might happen. It's probably going to leave Brentford this summer. But looks like we're going to get Joshua Zirkzee, isn't it? Eze. Tried to go past the player, couldn't do it. as we're waiting for 5 minutes to be left. Lobotka goes for the long ball. It's a good touch as well. Lobotka. Vavro. Oof. Goes out for a corner. We have had another 5 minutes. 5 minutes remain. Nerves. Nerves. Win the ball. Do your job. He was just about to take it, and the ref says no. You can hear the referee. I tell you what, the pitch side mics are picking up everything, aren't they? Ball in. Good header. Ivan Toney again. I'm telling you, since he's come on, he's been brilliant. Breathe.
Believe.
Breathe.
Believe.
Breathe.
Believe.
He has been good since he's come on. Ivan Toney's won every header. He's created goals. And it looked like, wasn't it? And I tell you what, I said I'd bring on Ivan Toney for 2 minutes. What's he going to be able to do? And I tell you what, he's done a lot. Blocked by Konza. Ball's on the pitch again. It's still played on! Referee! You knobhead. I think we're going to stop play. Yeah, look. There was 2 balls on the pitch, so they said stop. Hey, like, imagine, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything. The ref just go, oh yeah, just carry on. There are 2 balls on the pitch. Pickford to take the goal kick. Cleared by Gay. Ivan Toney wins the flick on to nobody, but he did win the header. Out wide. Less than 2 minutes remain. England got a push up by the... Look, they are literally... It's a back 5 on the edge of their box with 2 sitting midfielders in front of them. They couldn't get any deeper. Got to get out. Got to push up. It's very, very deep. Shislov. There's already been a late goal in this one. That's going to be a goal kick. Oh. Because let's be honest, like, it's not great, is it? It's not great. It's not great. But I'm at the stage where, look, it's the games, we've been rubbish. Let's just scam our way through. Let's just get through. Forget talks about being the favourites or winning it or any shit like that. But just get through. Oh. All right, we're into the final minute. I don't know if there's going to be any more time added on. Hasn't really been any stoppages. Seconds remain. Ball in. Walker. For as bad as he's been in this game, Walker, in this extra time, he has won near enough every header. Well done, Ivan Toney. Go on, Cole Palmer. Just run it. Run it into the corner. Just go into the corner. Nothing silly. Nothing silly. Ivan Toney! Oh. He deserved the goal. He deserved the goal. "30 seconds.
Honestly, I feel sick. That's how I feel. I feel sick.
"20 seconds left. Out wide. Another ball in. Hold it. Well done, Jordan Pickford. Hold it. It's not over yet, Jordan Pickford. Somehow, some way, England are through. I don't know how. At this point, I don't really care, but England somehow have found themselves through. A last gasp equaliser from Jude Bellingham, an early goal at the beginning of extra time from Harry Kane, and England are through. Look, there are still massive, massive questions to be asked about England and about Gareth Southgate. I feel that, hey, what are they going over to him? Piss off, man. Piss off. Don't be bad losers. They won the game. Why you started fighting? The manager of Slovakia going up to Declan Rice. Get out of it, man. But, look, again, there are still massive, massive questions and huge points of contention when it comes to Gareth Southgate, when it comes to England. And, look, huge concerns when it comes to, I think, let's have a look at this. What happened with Declan Rice? He pushed him. Oh, piss off, man. Imagine that. Imagine the manager coming on and pushing a player. Get out of there. That's a disgrace. He wanted to come on and start going over to the officials, but he pushed a player. He was gonna try and shake his hand and he pushed him. Whatever. But look, when it comes to playing Switzerland, I genuinely believe going into that game we're now not the favourites. I mean, I'm always remiss with England, the players that they got to say the word underdog. But, you know, England, again, have been poor. And you might look at it and say massively undeserved. And let's face it, when we're playing against Switzerland, they might do what Slovakia couldn't. And that's, again, just put us to the sword and eliminate us because they're better than Slovakia. This isn't the best Slovakia team by any stretch of the imagination. But what it is England going through. What it is England somehow finding a way. And hopefully it can be a catalyst. Hopefully it can be some beginning of something in this tournament for England. Hopefully it can be a spark because England have been absolutely shit for 4 games. And hopefully now it's the beginning of something. But, whoa, my goodness me. Right, I need to rest. I'm meant to be doing the game after this, which is I'm meant to be going live 5 minutes for the next game. But we'll see how that one. I need to get my voice. If I do go live, it'll be a little bit late. Definitely won't be 1:45. But I'm going to breathe, and enjoy. Click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. And I'll speak to you again very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.